Ladies and gentlemen, and Mr. and Mrs. Voter, I'm so glad to be here again, our third meeting. It's getting so familiar, I love it. I hope one day I'll be in Trenton to talk about my 5-point plan and actually implement it, because you're going to vote on it. It's going to be a voter referendum. But today, to me, this is the most important holiday. July 4th, our 237th birthday is coming up. I'll tell you, it's exciting. It's tomorrow. I know you're probably going to be like I. We'll be in the backyard, you know, hamburgers, hot dogs, chicken, whatever you have, corn on the cob. It's a great celebration. But I want to talk about freedom, because freedom's not free. We are losing our freedom. And how are they doing it? Like they did it years ago in Europe. Little by little, the profiteers took it. You know that, the dictators. We're a democracy, but yet we're becoming like Western Europe. You know that, you're reading about it, you see it on the news. You know, we're doing all the things that they did years ago, which, by the way, sometimes isn't good. So they're taking our freedom. That's why I have this flag here to show you. Millions of people have died for this flag and suffered. And especially the last 10 years, you know, Iraq and Afghanistan. My son served in Iraq. He was a helicopter gunner. I served during the Vietnam era. I was a military police detective. We were both fortunate. We're the ones that came back unmaimed, unhurt, and we're still living to talk about it. So I want to talk a little bit about these great men that sacrificed so you can go in your backyard or your friend's backyard or your relative's backyard to have a beautiful day. Don't forget them. This is important. 237 years we've been here fighting for this country. These poor men are now, they're the heroes, the ones that were killed, and also the ones that were maimed. So I just want to talk about our freedom. And that's why I want to go back to that 5-point plan. I don't want to be redundant, but I have to, because taxes is what's hurting this country. It's hurting the small business. It's hurting you as an individual. Every time you go buy something at the store, you know yourself, non-food item, 7%, 7%, car, 7%, washer and dryer, 7%, furniture. Let's cut that to 3%. Let's put some money back in your pocket. And then you're working every day. I'm retired, but you're working. You're paying a state income tax. By the way, Texas, Florida has no state income tax. We didn't have one till 40 years ago, till Brendan Byrne, by the way, a Democratic governor, won in 1973 and said, let's start a state income tax. The legislature passed it. And now, as you know, it's ridiculous. And everybody I talk to, all the mailmen, the business, anybody who gets a paycheck is paying a state income tax. You're not getting away. Let's cut that to 1% of flat fee. Let's make it fair. I'm going to tell you something. If we do that, we're going to thrive again. And the corporate tax, 25 to 15, businessmen will hire. They won't have that fear. You know, 10% doesn't sound like a lot. That's a lot. You save 10% a month. You're saving a lot of money. And these poor business people are having a hard time. Because why? Not because of them. The consumer's getting hurt. Me, you. So we can't buy as much. If we don't buy as much, that's why we have a recession. But if you pass this bill, if I implement it and you pass this on a voter referendum, you're going to see the economy boom like you've never seen. And it's going to be a real economy, not a false economy with Ben Bernanke. Even though this is out of my realm, I'm going to be a state legislator. But it affects all of us. The federal government is printing 85, 90 billion every time they turn around. They're printing the money. We're broke. We're broke. We're almost 17 trillion in debt. This state is approximately, I could be wrong, but I'm going to say in between 25 and 50 billion, however you want to cut it. We're in a deficit. Don't let the budget fool you, which is going to be coming up very shortly. I think it just passed July 1st. They're going to say they helped and all this. No, no. And also what I want to talk about. This is terrific what I want to talk about. This is for the senior citizens. This is for anyone who owns a home. And by the way, there was a rebate that you once received. You remember the rebate? It was between $1,000 and $1,200. Well, Governor Christie took it away. I know he's popular, but he took that rebate. And by the way, then corporate welfare came in. He gave $250 million. That's $250 million to the rebel. What happened to us? And Super Sandy, they talk about. By the way, they said they got $60 billion between Connecticut, New York, New Jersey. Where's the money? I know people are displaced. There's 40,000 displaced. I know it's only been 7, 8 months. You can't be a miracle worker. But guess what? These people are hurting. We're all hurting now. By the way, it's hurting the businesses. That superstorm was an act of God. But we're men who have to solve problems. We're not solving them. We're giving $250 million to a casino. You know, that went bankrupt, not in a year, not 10 years, 10 months. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Wake up. Go to the polls, and on July 4th, I want you to think of these men who died for our freedom, which we are losing little by little. If you don't believe it, read it, and every week I'll be talking to you about it. We're in bad shape. They're taking our money that we worked hard for. And I don't have to tell you how tough it is. Comcast cable, AT&T, whatever you do today, you have to go on the internet. You have to. They've almost forced you to go this way. The triple play, the Comcast, the TV, the internet, the phone. I know how tough it is. Believe me, trying to feed a family. I know. I have a family, 10 and 12. I raised 7. I raised 4 from her previous marriage. I raised 3 of my own. I have 2 at home, 10 and 12. I know all about suffering and going to the store. And it's a nightmare when you go shopping sometimes. You don't even want to go. You know how it is. But anyway, I just want to say happy 4th. God bless Jersey. God bless this great country that we call America, and celebrate the 237th birthday by saying a prayer for these people that died for us and all the ones that are hurting now, the wounded warriors. And also I want to thank James Gandolfini for what he did. He went to Iraq. He helped the wounded warriors. Forget about his act. He's one of the greatest actors of all time, I feel. But he did more than that. He saw the way the wounded warriors were hurting. He got involved. That's what we have to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get involved. Okay? See you next week. God bless you.